What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei and the place to be. Children, Mr. A&D. Back with the midweek wrestling review, and joining me is my co-host, one of my homies, not Deion Sanders for prime time.
It's me, PR. I am me.
Yeah, we're back here with another week of midweek wrestling in the books, NXT 2.0 and AEW Dynamite. So, a couple good cool things to the show. We had the return of Red Dragon with a question mark. Adam Cole knows how to upset a little kid. We also had on NXT, let's see, what was it? Zoe Starks attacking Mandy Rose and new women's tag team champions crowned. So a lot of things. Actual one of the best Von Wagner matches I've seen.
Yeah,
With him and Sosa Cole in that Falls Count Anywhere.
yeah, because we saw so many good Von Wagner matches.
Exactly, and then also we also had a retro match, a dumpster match between the Acclaim and the Ass Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this get into, but one thing we got to talk about first, because before we get into both the reviews, but I figure we could talk about it here, because me and Prime have both been discussing off air about this Warner Discovery stuff, and what that
Man,
mean.
get me started, man. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah, which obviously because a lot of people are not really realizing that uh, AEW is showcasing the TBS and TNT, which is Turner, which is under that Warner umbrella, and a lot of people have been commenting and been saying, "Hey, does this mean the end of AEW?" Because they said that they want to go away from unscripted, from scripted shows. Well, they just released today. Now I know I will talk more about this extensively in the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. I know I'm pretty sure I will invite Prime back on there because he would love to talk about it. But they have a 10-year plan right now for when it comes to the DC universe and its movies. And that's why you get so many delays right now. And there's going to be they're going to combine HBO Max and Discovery Plus in 2023 to become a whole new streaming service. So it's not going to
It
be
just got HBO Max.
like seriously, like it just started getting great, and because I don't go on Discovery Plus. There's nothing on Discovery Plus I want to see personally. I think Prime
Yeah,
feels the
nobody
same
care
way.
about sharks.
Yeah, so I mean, but they have some things that certain other people want to see, but I'm sorry, I don't care about Friends or anything like that. I never will. But I'm just saying. But
They literally classify. They said men have HBO Max, women have Discovery Plus. I'm like, bro, you can't say that as a company.
yeah, well, they're plan on starting to merge. So it's not going to be like Discovery Plus with an HBO Max tab. It's not going to be an HBO Max streaming service with a Discovery tab. It's going to be a whole new streaming service, which is going to bring out new deals. They already announced that they're going to have a ad free tab, a light tab, a free tab, and a premium tab.
Well, it looks like I got to get that premium tab because
Yeah, because the
I'm not
premium.
trying to do commercials.
Yeah, because it's kind of like what's going on with Peacock. Now, Peacock, I have the premium tab. The premium is like $9.99 a month. So when Prime sees commercials, I don't see them because I just see, because I don't have the commercials on the thing. But the premium tab is going to be the one without commercials. Then there's going to be a free tab. Like with your cable provider, you're going to get it for free. But you're going to just get, like regular TV, you're going to get all the commercials like Peacock and everything else. That's what my dad has when it comes to Peacock. He has
Yeah, that's what I have because I get it for free.
yeah, the free version, but once again, you will get all the commercials. So I'm just like, okay.
Honestly, well, it depends. It depends. 'Cause Peacock, I don't use Peacock other than for pay-per-views, so
Exactly.
or premium live events. Excuse me.
Well, I do watch some of the, I still, like, I watched the old school Thunder the other day when they was trying to get Sting into the NWO, and he joins the Wolfpack type, like 1998 Thunder. But I like watching the old stuff, obviously. But they had
Would you say, Tito, you want the old stuff? No, all right.
no, it's
All
just
right, keep.
Jackie's old. But anyway, uh, I then they had the one with like regular ads like Hulu. Then they want to have one with light ads. So those are going to be the new tabs, and it's going to be. I don't know if they. But see, I don't know how it's going to look. People feel like it's going to probably feel like Paramount Plus, which Paramount Plus it has stuff, but it's just like just a list of just random shit. HBO Max like had its own identity, like Disney Plus does. Like it has like its own feel to it and everything. And HBO, and so people are wondering what's going to happen with AEW. And to be honest with you, good things and bad things, because this new guy who's taking over, I don't necessarily know if he's a wrestling guy. He probably is not. Does that mean it's like AEW is done with AEW? Do they count that as scripted or unscripted programming? I'm not necessarily sure. People was wondering like, well, because if they don't want them on TNT or TBS anymore, where they go like straight to streaming, and I'm just like, that's not the case. I really think AEW will be fine, but I think the bad thing is what Tony Khan wants, which is obviously more money per TV deal like WWE gets. He's probably not going to get that.
Also, I don't think they're as partnered as I think the reports are saying.
Oh, they're heavily partnered.
I know what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they directly could like be like, all right, we don't want you no more, and then that's done. I think it has to go through like, and I think all parties have to agree, except for AEW. I was like Turner and
but all the AEW allies that they had when they first started this company, that was at Turner, are not there anymore. Mm-hmm. He fired all of them.
Yeah.
These are his people that he's bringing in. If, like I said, I'll have more extensive names and stuff like that when it comes to the Nerdgasm Talk podcast this weekend. But he has all those names and stuff like that. However, with his people, I don't necessarily know if they're like wrestling people. It's the same thing. It's kind of how WCW was like in a straight shit can. They weren't producing anything to the point where AOL was just like fuck WCW. But right now, AEW is producing a product, and fans are interested, and they got a lot of things on the horizon for them. However, the question is whether they don't like wrestling or not. Tony Khan can bring in Tues every week in the Nelson ratings, but that's not going to help them stay on, because what he's going to want is that he's going to want that new TV deal. But they may look at it as like, okay, well, people like y'all wrestling, and then I know it's probably like an unscripted, non-scripted. I don't know how they view wrestling. We know how we view it, obviously, but we don't know how they view wrestling. But they're like, hey, this is turning a profit. We'll keep it on TBS and TNT. But the thing is, they may just give Tony Khan another extension, but without raising the money. Mm-hmm. Tony Khan knows that with money is how you do competition. And he already came on Busted Open Radio and talked about that, he is concerned about if some of the contracts are up, of how some of his stars may go to WWE because of the powers that be have changed. But he said it's also a good thing for the wrestling business, because the free agent market hasn't looked like anything in the past 20 years, which is like a shade to TNA. But and I understand AEW is bigger than TNA, and they have done. But I'm not going to just shit on TNA. When they were the other wrestling promotion to go to, opposed to WWE, they had Spike TV, they had video game license, like they had toys, they had all that stuff. AEW was just on a better network and better minds behind, to be honest. But however, in order to compete with WWE, who's been around there for long ass time, is you're going to need money. And when you have people that's going to come in and people that's just going to want to leave, it's like right now it's a bidding war. People going to be like, all right, well, who's going to pay me the most? Is it going to be WWE, or is it going to be AEW? Who's going to see me? Who's going to see what I'm worth? Who's going to pay me the most? And with that, Tony Khan's going to need money. And the thing is, will they give them a raise when it comes time for a re-signing of the TV deal? And with this new merger, we just don't necessarily know if that's going to happen. So there's a lot of things that's in question with this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think they're safe for now till like 23 or 24. So
Oh yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm saying, but to move forward, because also that when they could create this new streaming service, I'm wondering, like, because I thought that they would, by next year, Tony Khan would get them a streaming service so they could play the Ring of Honor stuff. Like, you could play like kind of like how it's obviously not going to be as big as WWE Network or the WWE section on Peacock, because they only been around 3 years. But since he does have the Ring of Honor library, there's no place to play that stuff. And if you want to play your old pay-per-views, if you want to play your old Dynamite shows, if you want to play the old Ring of Honor shows or the old Ring of Honor pay-per-views and all stuff like that, the best way to do it probably on a streaming service, and that will be the streaming service you would have to go to if they're interested. See what I'm saying? Because it's like you bought Ring of Honor for what? Like, so right now, Ring of Honor doesn't even have their own TV show. It's like right now we don't necessarily know, because Tony Khan just hired a bunch of people over the past couple of days of talent relations people and different execs and stuff like that to help spread the job out, because him taking on all responsibilities is going to spread him too thin anyway. So I don't know. After the news came, I just wanted to just touch on that. I know we can go more extensively on it this weekend, because I already know you are not a fan of what's about to happen, especially with how they just canceled Bad Girl out of nowhere, and then they just canceled some other
it was
shows.
done too.
Exactly. So there's a
you
lot
know what? Low key though, if I was them, I'd be low key upset, because they were supposed to direct Beverly Hills Cop, and then they said no, we gonna direct Batgirl instead. Let's see how that happened. See how that turned out.
Is he still going to do the fourth one?
Yeah, the guys that directed Batgirl was supposed to do Beverly Hills Cop, but they dropped out so that they could do Batgirl.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're supposed to start.
He might just call John Landis back, right?
No, it's another guy. Mark. He did something else. Mark Mallory, I think. But they start next week, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, I was about to say John Landis, but John Landis and Eddie Murphy don't like each other, right?
No, I think they do now.
Oh, okay. Because there's some report back in there that they wasn't too fond of each other. But okay, but y'all know why y'all came here. Let's go into the wrestling. And so we're going to start with NXT 2.0. As you know, you'll get most of a recap here. But I thought it was just a all right show. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too great of anything. But we have the show opener, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. The lady version of Diamond Mine, they call them, KC2, Toxic Attraction, and Flores and Valentina. Okay, I was like, okay, so Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, that's the I like their name now, since they call Katana Chance the KC2 thing. I'm cool with that. So
I mean, I wish they would have it's not randomly changed it though, but sure.
No, I mean, at least for the team name, instead of just calling them Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, because it's so, I keep forgetting. I be like, I want to be calling her Casey Cat Zero all the time. But I'm like, and I forgot what even Kaden Carter's original name was.
Lacey Lane.
I'm just like, yeah. So it's just like, God. So Lord knows, man. I want to keep with these days, but KC2, I'm cool with that. It's an elimination match, but the last two happens to be KC2 and Toxic Attraction. They knock out. I'm trying to think. JC James one with the orange hair, right?
No, that's Gigi Dolan.
Gigi Dolan. Okay, and JC James the other one, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Well, they give her the neckbreaker 450 splash, and they are your new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. I am a good fan of this because they've been actually like a legit team for a long time. So it's great for them to get their flowers. So I like that. They had Carmella.
Hopefully they don't lose them at the next pay-per-view. Hopefully they don't
lose at the next pay-per-view. You're right.
Lose them at the next pay-per-view.
But I definitely want to see their Instagram now when they champions and see how they're going to celebrate with them championships. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway.
Now keep going.
Yeah. It's an in-ring promo with Carmelo Hayes Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, this is like his 28th birthday. He issued a challenge, and first comes to the ring to get a title shot. Nathan Frazier comes to the ring and gets a shot. So we had Trick Williams versus Nathan Frazier in a North American Championship matchup. Meanwhile, there's a point Nathan
Frazier versus Nathan Frazier.
Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, okay.
Carmelo Hayes. Excuse me. There's a point where Nathan Frazier pushes Carmelo Hayes on the announce table and knocks over Giovanni Vinci's drink and on him. So he gets mad, goes to the top rope and pushes Nathan Frazier off the ropes. And then this is why Trick Williams is distracted the referee. And that's where Carmelo Hayes hits the flying leg drop and wins the matchup that way. There's a NXT Heat Wave Summit, which, by the way, they got the ECW Heat Wave name, so we're getting the NXT Heat Wave Summit with Braun Breaker and JD McDowell. I didn't really get much to see this, but however, JD McDowell does sign the contract. He pricks his finger, signs the contract in his own blood, and that's and then well, that's not sanitary. I think Braun Breaker's face. Somebody had written here, Braun Breaker's face screams unclean all over it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want something that's covering blood, somebody else's blood.
Yeah, I'm about to say, look, we got fucking monkeypox and COVID out here. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. Mandy Rose taking on Saray. The matchup was not much anything. Mandy Rose wins with her double knee strike, and after the match, she attacks Saray with steel chairs, and then Zoe Starks comes out to fight Mandy Rose off.
Maybe since Triple H is there, Saray will get treated better.
Yeah, I hope so. I was like, because Saray had partially first cap, and I don't know what happened to Saray. Duke Hudson takes on the guy in the mask who kind of looks like 2.0 Sin Cara.
Axiom.
Yeah. He goes for the razor's edge, where he gets Hurricane to the corner, then gets a roll up, and then Axiom wins the matchup. NXT Tag Team Championship matchup, because there's two championship matches. We have the Creed brothers taking on the D'Angelo family. Santos Escobar snatches the crowbar out of Tony D'Angelo's hand and turns on the family. It smacks Tony D, and then you have one of the Creed brothers, the smaller one, not Brutus, Julius, I think his name.
I don't know the names.
Does the wrestling takedown, then the running lariat takes out Tony D'Angelo and wins the matchup.
Hopefully that means we can see Legado del Fantasma on the main roster.
Yes, like first of all, Santos should have been up there, but to be honest with you.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought they was gonna do that Santos and Rey Mysterio feud when they went to NXT. I thought he was gonna come up, but he didn't. So
I agree.
That would still be a good feud if they, wanted to.
Shit, they can still. He can still do it on the main roster because obviously we got to move away from this Dominic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Dominic.
Maybe they attack Dominic and they injure him, and Ray has to fight for Dominic.
He tried to fight for so he already got to fight Judgment Day for him.
I hope they beat him up to where he's out, and then so it's just Ray and Santos.
Gotcha. Joe Gacy takes on Jensen, Brooke Jensen, or the boot scooting people.
Mm-hmm.
They out there. His minions tried to distract the girl that's out there, who I thought was Nydia from 2004 at first, and I was like, no. And then Joe Gacy does his springboard lariat and wins the matchup. Albert Fryer takes on Lash Legend. Yes, as you know, Albert Fryer wins the matchup on that one. Falls Count Anywhere match is Soul Sokola taking on Von Wagner, Ubis Stone. I thought this was actually a good hardcore type matchup. It felt like one of video game 2K matchups because they just kept randomly popping into every NXT superstar, like backstage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you think of Falls Count Anywhere, because it's funny when a lot of wrestling places do like Falls Count Anywhere matches, there'll be like nobody in the back, and I'm like, really? where they all stay at. Everybody cleared away. This one, I liked how he did. It's like randomly.
Now in real life, it's a main event. I can understand. They be leaving before the main event.
Yeah. Well, this was the main event.
Yeah. So I was like, but obviously, I like how they had people there though.
Yeah. So so Skull takes Wild Wagner on the steel steps. They go to the back, and when they go to the back, they fight some more. He throws Von Wagner to a trash. They open the door first, and then you see Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams out there with all these ladies, and then he's like, "What's up?" And he just like mugs them push him in the back of the car. All ladies like, "Oh," and then Trick was like, "Bello."
This is a villain origin story because you don't push nobody in a car like that.
Exactly. And he was all like, "My Hayes like Bello." I thought it was hilarious.
Kick this man out of NXT. That's what he about to do.
Von Wagner puts Soul Skull in the dumpster and then walks away with Mr. Stone. And then Soul Skull pops out like, and then throws trash at Von Wagner. And then goes back and starts beating up again. As he go back inside, Cameron Grimes, like, after he showered, got his dress clothes on, he's randomly walking outside. And then he just gets pushed back in and falls to the ground as he's on his way home. See, that's the kind of stuff I like. Like, they fight, he opens the door, oh my God, and it just falls in. And
like an NPC.
Exactly. Von Wagner, there's a backdrop to Soul Skull to a table backstage. They make themselves back out to the ring, and then Soul Skull hits a super kick on Von Wagner, puts him across the announce table, and then does it looked like a flying headbutt, or I don't know if he's trying to go for a Uso splash, whatever the case may be. He put him through the table, and then pinned him and won the matchup. So I thought it was a good falls count anywhere matchup. I thought it was good.
Oh,
yeah,
sounds good.
So you didn't see any NXT, right?
I only saw the Trick Williams part where he pushed him.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We got time for AEW Dynamite. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We are getting ready for Battle of the Belts 3. Did not know that was this week, but that's on Saturday. Yeah. So Battle of the Belts 3 got some cool matches like Wardlow, which versus Jay Lethal, which we're about to get into, because it opens up with Orange Cassidy taking on Jay Lethal, fresh matchup. And I was like, well, Jay Lethal has not really won on Dynamite yet, to be honest. But I think it was a good matchup. Cassidy goes for an orange punch, but his knee gives out because Lethal been working on that knee. And Cassidy hits a beach break cover for 2. Lethal takes out Cassidy's knee. It goes to figure 4. Cassidy can't escape, and then he hits the lethal injection for the 1, 2, 3. After the matchup, Sanjay Dutt gets on the mic and celebrates with Lethal, and they call out Wardlow because he says, "I'm gonna put Orange Cassidy in the figure 4 leg lock," and then he says he's gonna stay there until he comes down. So then, obviously, Wardlow comes down. Then he just stands in the ring and says, "It doesn't matter when you want to do it tonight or you want to do it on Saturday. I'm going to whoop that ass." And so Columbus, welcome to Wardlow's world.
Jay Lethal needs like a character trainer. He needs like not. He don't need to go face, but he needs to do something other than this.
Other than hang out with Sanjay Dutt and Sap Singh?
No, just like a different character. Because this one is like Jay Lethal's not the good cocky character. He's like a good guy that you want to believe in. So
why not do Black Machismo Macho Man back?
Well, you don't have the hair, so it don't look right. Bald doing Macho Man.
Hair, he had braids.
He had braids and then he had it out. Most of his career he had it like
in braids. Most of that TNA run was in braids.
Yeah, it was in braids and he had it out. Like Macho Man had it. Wild man hair, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had the wild man like a couple times, but most of the time he was in braids. 97% of the time, that man was in braids. And neither here or there, you know what I'm saying, but that would be kind of cool. Let's see. Is this one to have? Adam Cole makes his entrance, and then along with the rest of Undisputed Elite, Cole gets the mic and says it's ready for story time with Adam Cole. Feels good to be back in the ring with his friends, and say, but even though Cole says they are still not medically cleared, he talks about their success and how they have chemistry and everything, and then which brings us to the trios tournament. Because he's loyal to the Young Bucks also. Cole said there's nothing more he wants than to win the trios titles, and since he and O'Reilly can't compete, the Bucks will not enter the tournament.
I think that's a lie. I think him and O'Reilly can't compete.
I think it's a swerve also. Yeah. He means they won't be physically able to enter the tournament. Red Dragon attacks the Young Bucks. They ain't take no bumps. They just
well. Attack, I would say lightly. They did not attack the Young Bucks. They just lightly.
So like I said, so they really could be suffering from injuries.
No, Matt is injured seriously, and I think maybe Kyle O'Reilly is injured too. But it's like, why you just do a super kick? Like, cause it was so weird. He was like, "Yeah, you won't be physically able to," and there was like a pause, and then he choking him, and then Matt Jackson was still like, "Okay, somebody gonna hit me? No, nobody go no," and then they finally kicked him. I was like, all right, it was kind of usually people time it better, HBK was like, and then I thought to myself, pow, so like you got to do something impactful, not just a choke, and then I don't know.
As the Young Bucks, as of all teams, the Young Bucks are getting jumped. There's a kid in the crowd that they call the camera who's crying and losing his shit. It's still real to me, damn it. Which is good in wrestling when you got the kids that fall into that kind of stuff. Which we found the kid is doing better. But he was in that joke crying. I was just like, how they find that kid crying and upset?
Well, it's a talent. You got to find the people in the crowd, man.
Yeah. Oh man, that joke was a lot. That joke was hilarious. That joke was hilarious. But anyway, the kid was up crying that Hangman Page runs out to the ring with a lead pipe, and then tries to take out Undisputed Elite, and then he helps Matt to his feet, and they just walk away. So, do you think Kenny Omega's going to come back in time for these trio belts? Or
no, I think it'd be the Bucks and Hangman versus Red Dragon and Adam Cole in the finals.
So you have to say Undisputed Elite.
Oh yeah, Undisputed Elite and the Bucks and Hangman in the finals.
I want to be. I just hope Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fischer are healed. Or him.
Bobby Fischer's healed. Yeah, Adam Cole is the one.
Yeah, Adam Cole and Bob said, but me personally, you wouldn't be teaching this kind of storyline if you weren't able to go. So.
Yeah. I
don't know. I mean, of course, I know I wanted to see Kenny Omega.
Now, if not them, then I can see if not them, either those teams winning it, I can see them trying to put it on House of Black.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see who's in this tournament. To be honest with you.
I'm sure it's gonna be like Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, House of Black. Maybe Pac and Death Triangle. And
I forgot about them too.
Maybe some teams like some random teams like the team that Ryan Nemeth and them is in.
Oh, okay.
Peter Avalon, maybe something like that, and I don't know. Maybe SCU get back together.
SCU. Oh yeah, it'd be better than the border.
Well, it could have been Team Jazz too. But, So.
John Moxley's backstage. He said, "You gave me what I want." Because of Chris Jericho, the Lionheart, he will not stop until somebody goes to the hospital. And he has no respect for no form of anybody. He is the best at this, and will make the Hart Dutch look like a daycare next week. You better be ready. So, Tony Schiavone was talking to Christian Cage, and Christian Cage said Jungle Boys was raised by terrible human beings. And then also you hear this car. He said, "Hey, get out of here!" And car tries to run over Christian Cage and Tony Schiavone. First of all, I like how Tony Schiavone is like, "I'm just trying to do my job," but the car come out of here. I ain't trying to knock me. He was pissed, and I was just like, I like that. But then he's Jungle was being held by security. Christian says, "Arrest him!" So Uh, that's how that segment ended. Then we go for a tag team match. Thunderstorm taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter. First off,
okay, before we get to that, I'm gonna just say I wasn't the only one. Everybody on the timeline, even the girls, saying that the cake was kicking. That's all I'm saying.
said that the kick was good.
The cake was kicking.
Oh, the kick. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The pound cake was back there.
Everybody was saying it. Men and women was both saying it.
I was about to say, look. Cake, look, hey man, I can dodge the cakes, okay? It was all that Edmonds back there today. I dodged the cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I dodged it. First of all, shout out to Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker having team colors.
Yep.
Which, by the way,
I had Tony Storm just for existing.
Yes. By the way, match of the night.
Yeah.
Because these are actually went out there and had a great match with tag team, and they both look strong. And I'm so glad Jamie Hayter got a win because she always be taking the pinfall all the time. But this matchup was really good. It broke down to Tony Storm was given. First we had a little breakdown where Jamie Hayter grabbed Tony Storm and gave her a backbreaker, which everybody just jumped onto. Then all of a sudden, then it got back up, but then Thunderstorm gives Hayter and Britt Baker German suplexes, which folds them up into the corner. Then Tony Storm goes out running to get hip attacks. She is laying it thick on these hip attacks. There's a lot of cake back there.
I see what you did there.
You see I did there? Yeah, and the whiplash, I'm just like, switch places with me. So she goes for one more time, but then Britt Baker throws Thunder Rosa in the way. Thunder Rosa gets caught with one. And then Jamie Hayter gives her a ripcord short lariat and then pins Tony Storm and wins the matchup. Great win for these women. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." It was just great. So I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, I hope they give Jamie Hayter more to do because Jamie Hayter is actually very good. But you wouldn't know it because she's a quote unquote lackey, but she's actually really good.
Jamie Hayter's really good at wrestling. I'm saying, but the only thing I'm just saying is like she just keeps losing.
Yeah, because she's Britt Baker's lackey, so of course you got to lose when you're a lackey.
Yeah, she's separated from him, but she's a really good wrestler. Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti are getting married, but Kingston interrupts him and says nobody cares about this wedding. He says, "Look, when it's done, I'm calling Sammy Guevara out at All Out." So, okay.
You get married in August, this month, right? August.
Yeah. Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Ren Jones.
Powerhouse had Cody entrance.
Yeah. Oh, they feel the Powerhouse. So they get this man a squash match, make him look really, really strong. Meanwhile, Ricky Starks' music hit. This is one thing I did not like. The
revolution is televised.
He comes out to the ring. See, this is the one thing AEW has had recording and production problems because he runs out to the ring and he runs past the cameraman. The cameraman is still looking up at the stage. Opposed to him running down to the ring and I was getting ready or switch to another camera. So then he gets in the ring. So by the time they switch cameras, they already in the ring fighting. You don't see him slide in or nothing. I thought that was just like, okay, that's kind of like not good camera.
I kind of like that. As a production team, it shows that we're not. It's not quote unquote scripted for us to be in the same in position at all times. It's not like an Edge one where they missed him doing the spear or nothing, but
Yeah, that was bad too. But they in there fighting, but the House gives Ricky Starks a huge spine buster to chill him the fuck out and then walks off. So Hobbs and Starks gonna be at All Out. And that's gonna be a good one. Yeah. I mean, it's not confirmed, but that's what I'm thinking.
You said what?
It's not confirmed that they will have that match at All Out, but that's what I'm predicting.
Yeah, I like how both of them are over.
Yeah.
Our house is good at production and he's getting over. Ricky Starks already over. Or Revolution televised.
Exactly. Darby Allin has
just let him do that top rope move to Powerhouse and Powerhouse give him a spine buster off of the top, and that's the finish.
That would be hilarious. Since he's a face, he'll definitely do it more now. Mm-hmm. Darby Allin has a little video package about the coffin matchup with Brody King next week at Quick at the League. Jim Ross makes his interest for commentary because it's Matt Hardy taking on Christian Cage. So obviously this match is doing like okay, let me hurry get home match now because I didn't pay too much attention to this matchup. But obviously Christian Cage wins the matchup. Uh, Jungle Boy comes in because like Luchasaurus Black comes out, and then while Christian's distracted, Jungle Boy comes attacks from behind, and then he runs through the crowd. I'm still wondering what's going to happen with this Luchasaurus Jungle Boy thing. Cause I really think he turns on Jungle Boy, and they have a match it all out. Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus.
I think if Christian and Jungle Boy face before then, like if Christian and Jungle Boy not facing that all out and they face before then I think Luchasaurus helps him to win.
Well, Christian Cage, you don't get to Christian Cage without getting to Luchasaurus.
What I'm saying, I think the way that they're going to do this is Christian Cage fights Jungle Boy, and he's like, "Oh, I got Luchasaurus on my side," and then now he turns on him, and then they set up a match. Because I think the main thing, I don't know, I feel like the main thing is Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, and Christian is just like a fold. But I don't know. I mean, that would be better if you use Luchasaurus as an actual asset instead of a lackey to get to Christian. So, I don't know.
I mean, we do got to see how that plays out. There was a recap of Pac's All-Atlantic title defense, and then after that, Eat the Page in the ring, and he said why he's not on TV every week. Why does he have an action figure? Why Eat the Page serves better? But then meanwhile, Stokely Hathaway's in the ring, and then he has McCarty, whispers something in his ear, and then he walks away. And after he walks away, Ethan Page goes to seems like to join him. So it looks like they're trying to give Stokely Hathaway his own faction. Like he got the baddies for the women, but now he's trying to get something for the men.
Yeah, because he got Lee Moriarty too.
Okay, yeah. I'm curious to see how that turns out. Tony Schiavone is there with JAS, Matt Menard, and something Parker.
Old heads.
Yeah. Tonight Jericho will be, the champion that makes his nipple hard. But Anna JS, sexy and the toughest, she'll choke out anybody. And then she said, I choke out that guy. She goes over there and it's the production people. And I'm just like, they're trying their best to make Anna J look like a crazy, serious ass character. I still don't like Anna J. I'm sorry, this is not helping it. This is making this shit worse. I'm just like, please get off my screen, y'all. And y'all try to make her tough by just going and choking out random people. It ain't working for me. It's not. But it's now time for well, first of all, how do you feel about Ethan Page maybe joining Stokely Hathaway?
Honestly, I feel like they're just trying to get him more wins on the show so that they do something big at the Toronto show. Because I believe he's one of the only talents from Toronto other than Christian. So,
when is your Toronto show?
When is it? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the end of August, early September.
Okay. Now it's time for the dumpster match. The Gun Club.
It's probably gonna be like Monto from Toronto or something like that.
And Clay came out, and the Gun Club started attacking them, and they just start fighting.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew, but as soon as they came out in the gear, I already knew what was happening.
You already knew who was winning the match, or what?
I already knew everything that was happening as soon as they came out in gear.
Why would you say that?
Because they came out. I've watched this match so many times. They came out in the same gear that Road Dogg and Billy Gunn came out in when they tipped over Mick Foley over the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotcha. Yes, you're right.
It's literally the same gear. Like Road Dogg was wearing the long pants with the thing on the side, and Billy Gunn was wearing that when they came out. So as soon as they came out wearing that, and it's a trash cans dumpster match, I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to do something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, the Clean run they attack Billy Gunn with a trash can. And then they run up the ramp and they attack the Gun Club. Everybody was just like, okay, well then that match started out of nowhere. But then Max Cash was like, so we still doing the rap, y'all. And then did so I don't remember the whole rap. I do know that he dropped a bar about Vince McMahon retiring, and everybody just lost their shit.
He had another one. I thought the other one was better than me. It's Joe Biden. He was like, whatever, something positive, like Joe Biden tests us. I'm extra positive. We gonna beat you up like Joe Biden tests, something like that.
Oh shit!
I'm extra positive. It was something like along the lines of.
Look, but I'm saying, look, he was older, and they was hyped about him doing the rap. Then that's when the gun comes started attacking some more. And then so
I'm like, bro, please just use them as faces. Like they should be. They are so over.
They are very over.
They have been over for a while, but now I guess that they're better wrestling in the ring. That they should be like up there. Not probably not champions yet, but like at least featured every week. So I feel like this is their road dog moment, because as soon as Road Dogg and Billy Gunn took the moment, then they instantly became like stars overnight almost. So maybe this is.
Yeah, well, so throughout the match, obviously you get a lot of hardcore stuff, but then they had a dumpster up there by the stage, and then forgot which Gun brother this was. They had Austin Gunn on top of the entrance tunnel, but then what he didn't realize is Matt Caster climbed up there behind him. And then Matt Caster takes him and throws Austin right into off the top of the tunnel into the dumpster. Then Anthony Bones sits Colts up on the table. So meanwhile, this looks legit because Max Caster, I don't think he realized how high he was, because he kept looking there trying to find a way, and then you can see him mouth the words "fuck," because he's like, "You got to remember what New Jack said." Even though people don't like New Jack, and I have problems with New Jack. But the one thing he said was, when them lights come on, you can't be scared to do this shit. If you call for this, you better do this shit. Cause he said,
I mean, I got called to get hit with a weapon, not a vacuum cleaner in the back of the head. Bust my head open.
No, but I'm talking about when he used to do those 20-foot dives.
So.
And he's like, yo, if you agree to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? He says, so come on. And that's how he got injured, because he was scared. Homeboy was scared to go. He fell around his head. Well, this right here, Max Cash was like, I just gotta go ahead and do it. So he does a mic drop off the top of the tunnel onto Colton, and then they put him in the dumpster and win the matchup. After that, they try to string down the dumpster. They don't do a great job of doing it. Then they ride.
They didn't do that at all.
They ride off the stage, and then when I see the tops pop open, I was just like, oh my god, y'all supposed to keep them drawers closed. I was just like, yeah,
bro. The thing popped open and they almost popped out. I was like, oh my god, bro, this is
about to be bad here.
I'm glad like they foot didn't get caught under there or anything, because honestly, unlike the WWE stage that's non-existent, this is actually a stage, so like they got some height, you know.
I can say, because it wasn't like the Raw stage that was like 10 feet in the air and shit. So yeah, they had no stage, but yeah, AEW does have a stage. And
remember when like Braun Strowman tried to throw Kalisto off the stage when it was like a 2-foot drop? I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
You said I remember that. I was waiting on you to like finish. My bad. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, so my bad. So yeah, we had a little miscommunication right there. But so yeah, man. First of all, it scared me when that thing popped open. I was like, I hope everybody's okay. I hope all the Gunn family is okay in that thing. They show the bunkhouse battle royal from Ric Flair's last match. I saw Skinny Bully Ray.
See, don't he look weird?
I was just like, oh yeah. And so, but whoever won that match gets like a shot at. Oh, I forgot what championship it was. I really was paying attention. But it's time for the main event. Wheeler Yuta is taking.
Real quick though.
Yeah.
Do you think that that the Acclaim is going to start, like when they get in a feud with people, since a lot of people in the AEW are like old school, that they'll start like wearing their gear for like big matches or whatever?
Yeah.
In their custom, because I feel like that would be over. They like, if they like got a feud with Sting and then like they wear like a Sting, Surfer Sting stuff, or something like that. But
I think that will be cool. But I think the main thing also that's getting them over is one, they rap, and two, Max guys will be dropping the bars, and they can do pretty good at wrestling. If they want to do all the extra dress up stuff, but also the dress up stuff kind of also is like heel stuff also. So you are teetering in line. If you want to do on baby faces, dressing up as your opponents, we look at it as fun, but in the wrestling way, that's more of a heel type thing to do. Cause you try to psych them out.
They dropped the whole diss track, by the way.
Just because?
Yes, they dropped the diss track. They was like, "Oh, we gonna make fun of you," so they dropped the diss track. They called it the Trash Boys, or I think it was on Rampage. I probably sent it to you, but it was like an actual like diss track song, like they ride the garbage show, like 1, 2, like yes, it's actually happened.
Oh man, I did not see that. I got to check that out. Main event time is Chris Jericho taking on Wheeler Yuta. If Yuta wins, he gets Jericho's title shot. We knew that wasn't going to happen, especially with them both being in Blackpool Combat Club. So I was like, why do you even do this? But the matchup was really good. Not to get on to the generics of it, I just like Jericho locked on the lion table, not the walls of Jericho. That Boston crowd talk about the lion table with the knee in the back and the neck, stretching out Wheeler Yuta, and he taps out from there. But Jericho's not releasing the whole. John Moxley comes down, and he runs also. Also got to say that RBF was also threw out Matt Menard and something Parker, and that's where Claudio left also, so they kind of even up the matchup. But Dynamite ends with John Moxley and Jericho staring down each other. So that was Dynamite this week. So what did you, when it comes to both shows, which one had a better show this week?
I think AEW had the better show to me. Honestly, I like a lot of the segments, but a segment that I just really did like was the Trash Boys and the Acclaim, just because it's just, I like how they're just getting so over. I like their, it's like almost like seeing the rise of them.
I can feel you on that one. Well, guys, I think AEW had the better show this week also. Post a comments down below. Who you felt had the better show this week? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed our review. Hit the subscribe button for more wrestling content right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC, the place to be children, Mr. A&D, and not Deion Sanders. Prime time.
All right, ciao.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.